Am I the a-hole for not inviting my stepdad to my wedding after everything he's done? Hi, I'm a 20-year-old woman, and tomorrow is supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life, my engagement party. I just got engaged to the love of my life, Tom, 20M, and we've been planning this celebration for weeks now. But instead of being excited and joyful, I'm filled with dread and anxiety. Because, like most stories on here, it involves family. And drama. Lots of it. Let me give you some background. My parents divorced 5 years ago when I was 15. The split happened because my dad cheated on my mom, and as you can imagine, it was messy. Since then, my dad has remarried twice, but he's really happy with his current wife, who I'll call Amber. Despite everything that happened between him and my mom, my relationship with my dad improved over time. Amber's been kind and supportive, and she treats me with respect, so much so that my fiancé, Tom, actually loves them both. They've been nothing but good to us. Now, on to my mom. After the divorce, she started dating this guy, Joe. She's been with him the entire 5 years, and they got engaged last November. From the start, Joe and I just didn't click. I tried, I really did. I wanted to support my mom and at least tolerate her new partner.
But Joe?
Joe didn't just dislike me. He actively antagonized me. He never thought I was raised right. He said it to my face more than once. He didn't like how I talked, how I dressed, how I handled myself. Anytime I stood up for myself or tried to express how I felt, he'd mock me, belittle me, or accuse me of being dramatic. According to him, I was disrespectful, spoiled, and soft. I wouldn't have raised you like that, he'd say. I was 15. He was a grown man tearing down a teenage girl. Fast forward a couple of years. I graduate high school and go to college. I stay for 4 semesters before needing to take a break for mental health reasons. It wasn't easy. Stepping away from school felt like failure. But I knew I needed to take care of myself. I moved back in with my mom while I was job hunting and sorting myself out. Joe didn't believe in mental health struggles. He told me I was lazy, that I needed to get a job or get out. He constantly nagged and made snide comments. The tension grew worse and worse. Then, about 3 months ago, everything exploded. We had a huge fight. Or rather, he yelled at me while I sat at the kitchen table in silence. He called me a WH***y and a spoiled B****tch. He told me I needed to move out so he didn't have to deal with me anymore. Then, for no reason at all, he started ranting about my dad, saying he'd stab him if he ever saw him again. And then he looked me dead in the eye and said, "I never wanted to be your dad anyway." I was stunned, but I stayed calm. I pressed record on my phone mid-rant because I needed proof. My mom stood behind me the whole time, watching him scream, and when she realized I was recording, she snapped at me and called me childish. And when it was all over, when the screaming stopped and my hands were shaking, I looked at my mom, the woman who raised me, and she said, "Well, everything he said was right." That moment broke me. The next morning, I started applying for emergency housing and financial assistance. I found a program that helped people in abusive or unstable home environments, and because of the video proof, I qualified. Within 3 days, I packed up everything I owned and moved out. My grandparents came and helped. My mom and Joe just stood there, watching me leave. Not a single tear.
Not even a goodbye.
I cried the entire first night in my new apartment. It was scary, lonely, and liberating all at once. Fast forward to now. I'm in a much better place. I have a job, I'm in therapy, and I have a partner who sees me. Tom has been my rock. We just got engaged a couple of weeks ago, and our engagement party is tomorrow. Tom knows everything. He's seen the videos. He's listened to the voicemails. He knows how Joe treated me. And from day one of planning, we both agreed. Joe is not invited to our engagement party. I knew this would upset my mom. I knew it would start a storm. But this is our celebration. A happy day. And we're not compromising that to accommodate someone who emotionally abused me. I told my mom a few days ago. I said, "You're invited. Joe is not. If he can show that he's changed and earned back some trust, maybe he can attend something in the future. But not now." She blew up. She said she couldn't believe I was making her choose between her fiancé and her daughter. That she wasn't sure if she could come at all if he wasn't invited. I gave her space to cool down. A few days later, she called me like nothing had happened. Asked what she could bring to the party, what the theme was if we'd started wedding planning. It was weird, like she decided to pretend the fight never happened. I didn't push it. I was just glad she wanted to be part of it, and I really hoped she'd respect our boundary. But here's where it gets complicated. My stepmom, Amber, my dad's wife, is invited. She's sweet, caring, and Tom really liked her when they met. My dad said something that made me tear up that day. "You need to hold on to this one. He's been trying hard to rebuild our relationship, and Amber has only helped that effort. She's earned her spot in my life. My mom doesn't know Amber is invited. Joe is out, Amber is in. And I know that's going to explode when she finds out. My dad already told me, if she causes drama, I'm leaving. This is your day, and I won't be part of ruining it. I told him, if anyone causes drama, I will tell them to leave. But the truth is, I'm scared. I'm scared that my mom will feel betrayed, that she'll scream at me in front of our guests, that she'll drag Joe back into this mess and accuse me of being unfair or cruel. I'm scared that all the progress I've made will come crashing down. But more than that, I'm tired of being afraid to stand up for myself. So here I am, asking, am I the a-hole for not inviting my stepdad Joe to my engagement party and wedding, even though I invited my stepmom Amber? I know it looks like I'm playing favorites. Maybe I am. But the truth is, Amber has never hurt me.
Joe has.
Repeatedly. And if protecting my peace makes me the bad guy, then so be it. I'm not a scared teenage girl anymore. I'm a woman building a new life, and I get to choose who's allowed in it.